Hey up guys, and welcome to the second in the series of Ratrick Heroes and Skaven against Dark Elves. Second game. Started it off so you don't see the result. And a really good game. I think I mixed up the first one a little bit with this one when I was talking about using the magician. And I'm sure it's this game where he actually got the petty cash, excuse me, to afford the actual magic user there for this match. It did prove pretty critical in the game, I'm sure. So we'll have a look anyway. We're up against Bart Bitches. Quite a good name. I like the black dark elf armour, I have to say. It looks really cool. Went into this game with a thrower. I actually bought a thrower after my first match. So team now consists of 12 players. We've got the 4 gutter runners and your two storm vermin, a thrower now, and the rest of the team linos. So we'll see how we go in this game. As I said in the first match, if you actually watched the first game, I did say I'll try and showcase every type of Skaven game for you and get exciting matches for you. This is certainly one of them. A little bit different to the first match, as you'll see as we go on. I won't spoil it too much. I'm just setting up here in defence. We've got my 3 rookie Rhinelats there. We've got a few guys here. So we've got a Blodge already. We've got a guy with 6. We've got 2 Blodge gutter runners. Picked up the points from the first match. Good to get some Blodge in the team, especially on the gutter runners as quickly as possible. The opponent here gets the extra reroll. Not a bad kick really, considering down the line there. I'd like to have had it a bit further back. Well, watch the opponent's first drive, first turn. As you can see there, to be expected, you know, 2 stuns, but at least they're not injured just yet. He has got a guard on one of his blitzers there, so I think I do alter it a little bit. Sort of split the guys up, so he's got to use more than 3 players there for 3 blocks as we go on. I've got 3 rerolls. I've also got an apple, I think, as well, now, after my first match, which was that exciting game against the humans at 3-2, and I scored the last turn, 1 turn touchdown to make it the 3-2 victory. So I'll just position the players now. I'm going to get a blitz with my storm vermin. I do a bit of a greed roll there. I wanted to try and get an injury on one of his players, if I could, as quickly as possible. With being Skaven and with it being against the Dark Elves, I didn't fancy keeping a full team in this match whatsoever. So, I mean, we've still got 2 rerolls left here. I think really I shouldn't have done that, but I just wanted to try and pick up a couple of star player points on one of me storm vermin. You do tend to use those re-rolls, don't you, when you it's your first turn or so. The opponent's gone in now on the other storm vermin and he's KO'd. So Fleabags is out till the till a team scores here now. hopefully getting back as quickly as possible. I've not got any bait, so fingers crossed there. Opponent goes for a pass, and then he goes for a handoff play. They're just moving a few more guys, another guy into position there, and then he runs. He could have GFI'd it there for the quick score. Decides to stall it. Gives me an opportunity here, being Skaven, to get back, try and steal the ball. It does require some GFIs, but we get one guy in. I decide I'm going to go for a blitz with my gutter on his actual ball carrier, and also try and take a risk here of knocking him back this way. If I got pushes, it might have resulted in a score, but we managed to get him down, get the ball out of play, and it's not too bad a bounce considering I've got some more players left that I can get back with movement 9. And I make one of my GFIs. I failed with the first GFI there. Quite fortunate really with the GFIs. It's not one of my strong points on multiplayer, but on this match I do there's just the one failed there. Go for the pick up and a GFI there. Managed to get the ball. Really good result. He's lost the actual ball there on his second turn off his initial drive, so really good play there. What Skaven's all about. I am going to try and develop one of my gutter runners into a sacker, that kind of thing. So I'm going to be putting wrestle on one of the next guy that levels up. And there's our first injury. Twinkle Toes goes down. No long-term effect. So he'll be back. As you can see, we're just completely surrounded there in the middle of the park. Go for a blitz with just one of my line rats. Managed to get the knockdown, and I'm able to move into an area there where I'm going to try and secure the ball. So I'm getting some players back, moving them into position. Move the ball carrier. I managed to get a dodge away there. Tried for a dodge away with the line rat there, fails, so I don't re-roll that. I just go with the flow on that one. I've got a half decent position there with the ball. See what my opponent does now. I've gone for a blitz. He's not got the knockdown. He's not got the pow. He does get a double skull there. So he has to use one of his re-rolls up. He's only got one left now. So we're one apiece at this moment in time. He's surrounding the ball carrier. Gets another 2 die. But no line rat there survives that one. First result for me there, first armour break for me on turn 4. Managed to get a stun. Standing a few players up here. Managed to get the dodge away again. And I'm moving up the field now. Decided to go for the pass to the guy that I got out wide but can get the furthest. And then try and make it difficult for my opponent here to get players. on the ball carrier. He's going to have to try and blitz a different player there. I think it's a one die to get a push. But as you see, he's got quite a number of players out of position now. That's the beauty of the Skaven team, isn't it? It's what I do enjoy about them. You can get out of trouble if your opponent gets a bit too far ahead, a bit too overconfident sometimes. He needs another reroll there to both downs, which he uses. Otherwise he was in serious bother, wasn't he? So he did have to use that really to get the final blitz there. He gets another arm break on me there. Nibbles is just stunned this time. And he goes for a one die there. Gets the pal, but no result. I'm just doing my safe moves first, standing with some of the players up. I've done a blitz here now. Get this guy down. Position me line rat there, so it makes it a bit more difficult for him to dodge round me. Again, I'm just positioning some more players, making it difficult there for the guy that's furthest back is actually on the ground. So I'd make a GFI to make an easier pass. Go for the pass, use my last reroll there. I could probably have let that one go, but I wanted my guy to catch the ball. So I've done really well. I stole the ball on his drive. I've got a score. It's just a case of how long I can actually stall for. But, with him being Dark Elves, he's going to get in and around the ball carrier pretty quickly here. And crowd the rest of the players as well. So, at the minute we're looking hopefully to keep the players on the pitch. He's done pretty well here. He's made it really difficult for me to sort of stall for maybe a turn or so. He's got movement 6 linemen back there, so I could probably bring in my gutter runner, over to the left side of the pitch. But I decided to run it in, get the score. I've not got any rerolls, so I don't want to risk any GFIs or dodges too much there. Dwarves are banging away. The Skaven scored again. We've got one injured and one KO'd. So we're down to 10 players now in this match. Throw was on. It's not really what I wanted. I didn't want to field my thrower at this moment in time, but I've been forced. My hand's been forced there really in respect of that. I've spread my line rats out there, you see, with him having the guard. So it does mean he's got to sort of put a couple guys. He can't just use his guard there for 3 nice easy blocks. And he gets a quick snap. So really good result for him. It's not a very good kick from me. Gives him the opportunity here of a quick score. He's got 2 turns to get the score back, which is plenty for Dark Elves. And then it goes into touchback. So that's a really bad result. A couple skulls there. And, we're going in at 1-0. Not to be. I'm quite surprised he doesn't make extra movement at this moment. This guy at this moment in time, movement 7. So he will have to make some GFIs to score. We've got another player KO'd. He's formed up a cage, but he's not put any players in and around my actual team here, so it's quite simple for me here to form a defence. Try and stop him scoring on his last turn. We'll lose Skaven. Another player's injured here. No long-term effect, thankfully. But we're quickly losing players. He rolls a skull there on his 1-die blitz, but he's quite fortunate. He doesn't suffer an injury, so we're quickly here losing the numbers. He's gaining a lot of numerical advantage. I've gone for blitz here with my storm burning. I just wanted to get a player in and around the ball carrier there that has block. So yeah, I'm forming up a defence. Gonna make it really difficult for him now to get a score, if not near impossible for him to score. He would need a lot of dodges to get through there, GFIs. I've got a gutter runner there in position. I've gone for a foul. I wanted to stun the guy that was furthest forward there, but I end up getting one of my gutters sent off. So I've lost another player. I just thought it'd make it really difficult for him to get 2-die blocks in there on the actual dodge players. And then you see the ball carrier's got no way through. But he does get an injury, so shit the bed's out. So there's a bit of a gap there for him if he decided, you know, he wanted to try and risk it. But I don't think, with him having to move 1 square this way, 2 squares, I don't think he'd have been able to make it in, and he'd still need a dodge there to get through. He's actually gone for a foul here. I mean, he's got the numbers. I get another KO, but it evens it up there. Both get a player sent off. He hasn't got a bench, so he's down to 10 Dark Elves now. But I mean, if you're looking at my my team, I'm quickly getting outnumbered. It's my final turn here. I've just gone for a block with the flood thrower, not on the ball carrier, but I could get a 2-dyer here, so that was my intention. I'm not going to throw another foul in and risk losing any more players. So we get to half time. Stole the ball, got the score, kept a clean sheet. A really good half, but we're losing the numbers there. 1 sent off, 3 injured, 3 KOs, but only 1 of them comes back. So we're right up against it here, even though it's our kick-off event. You see we've got 3 gutter runners, we've got 2 storm vermin and a thrower. So 6 players in total here. To try and survive the game. So we set up a really strong field there. Get 1 player back, which is a good decision with being up against Skaven. I set up a decent, give myself a chance there to try and get through, but he gets perfect defence. So everything I've done there in respect of setting up is counteracted by him with the perfect defence. So the only thing I can do here is get the ball and keep it at the back and try and force a mistake by my opponent if possible. What I've done here, I've tried to set up a surf with me storm burning, or not a surf, I wouldn't have got a surf, but a blitz. But it's put me gutter runner in danger of being surfed himself. So it probably wasn't the best idea, because I did need the dodge out. I did make the re-roll there, I didn't quite make the dodge, unfortunately, so he does get an easy surf. and lose Ratrick. He gets injured as well. So things are looking pretty grim for us here as a Skaven team. Completely outnumbered. He's going to make his blocks now. Hopefully these players stay on the pitch for me a wee bit longer. Gets a stun. So my thrower's not going to be able to do anything this turn. There's still a possibility, if he gets the ball, steals it, that I'm going to be able to get 2 players back. So it's not completely over and done with yet. I go for a 1-die there. I have got blocked, so I use my Storm Vermin, go for a 1-die, moving up. I don't risk a GFI there, and I go with my ball carrier. I get a 2+ pass, failed that, re-rolled that. I want to get it to my block guy, my strength 3 guy, and then bring some players up. I'm hoping to get him into a better position. Fortunately, I don't get the second GFI there. I've already used my re-roll for the pass, so not to be. It'd still be an easy 2-die for him here on the ball carrier, but I wanted to sort of get the gutter runner into a better position. I get the ball on the ground, it bounces off the gutter. Not so sure he knew anything about that there, he's stunned on the floor. It bounces off his head. He gets the two skulls there, so it reduces him to 1 re-roll. But then I lose the Storm Vermin, he's injured, so he's missed next game. So that's a crucial miss for me in the next match. When my best player's out. He's not picked up any star player points, and he's not in his next game either, so he's not going to be getting anything for a while in respect of actual points here. He's set up now to pick the ball up. The Storm Vermin, I used my last re-roll there. I wanted to try and push him back onto the ball and then get the ball into a position where maybe my gutter could steal out and pick it up. It wasn't to happen, not to be. So it gives him a nice easy. And there you go, he's got another double skulls. So we're both down to 0 re-rolls unless we get something off the kick-off event. The thrower survives. He gets the ball. He gets up the pitch. He forms up a cage. I mean, I still Skaven, I can still probably get in there and have a go with the gutter runner, but with not having any players, I was expecting the opponent here to basically to get quite an easy, a quick score. And then we lose 3 bags as well. So I mean, thankfully he's no miss game or anything like that, but my Storm Vermin, my Armour 8 have got injured as well, so my opponent's picked up tons of points there in respect of injuries. He throws another foul in. And I lose another player. So I lose another gutter runner here. Oh, he does get a player sent off. But I mean, team is just absolutely destroyed at this moment in time. I'm expecting him just to run this in now. I know he's not got any re-rolls, but he runs it up, keeps the cage there. I just got my guy out of the way. I don't want another player to get blitzed or to get injured here at all. I want to give myself some chance in the game if I possibly can. He's just moving about now. I mean, he's plenty of turns left for the game here, for him to get a 2-1 win. I get me Gutter Runner away from danger. I mean, he's obviously still going to get blitzed. And then a thrower, one die with my thrower, moving back as well. So he's got 2 targets now. So he can only blitz one of them. Obviously moving players into position to throw blocks in the next turn. Here comes his blitz. And luckily for me there, he doesn't get a POW. So don't lose me, Gutter Runner. I've got nothing left to do here but throw the half dies and hope for the best. So I don't throw a blitz, I just throw half dies. I could probably blitzed with the gutter and then dodged him away. But he didn't go in again, so he stalled a turn there, and he's open for some injuries here. He's not picked them up, so he's lost himself a turn there before he decides to run it in. So there's only 2 turns left for him here now to get a steal and the victory, and it gives me an opportunity to try and get a victory myself. I don't think there's the actual wizard in this game either, so I don't know which game I'm thinking of that I played recently with the wizard in it. So my apologies, guys. I must be thinking of another game. I don't know which one it was. I'm sure it was one of my Skaven matches, but it doesn't appear to be, does it? Okay, I've set up here. I'm hoping for a bit more of a result. I've got 2 gutters now, and 2 outfield players, 2 other outfield players, a thrower, and I think it's just a line rat. But it gives me an opportunity with his setup to throw a block. So I get my player through, get my thrower on his player here that's at the back. I think it's his runner. Yes, it is. And then get a gutter runner through. Pick the ball up. Get me pass. So there's a lot for him to do here. He can't really get players back and behind the gutter runner without risking the turnover. So he's moving them into a position now that he best can. I put this thrower here in a really good position as well, next to his runner. He's moved the player into a scoring position as a scoring threat. He's gone for his blitz, and he's not got a block. He's only managed to push me back there. So brilliant play from me here on the last. I've got 1 turn left to run it in. I've got a dodge out here. I've moved the player back, and there's my dodge, and I run it in and I get the steal. 2-1. All those players out. That's just typical Skaven for you, and it's what you can do, providing you can keep your gutter runners on the pitch and stay in there, not concede. Perfect example for you there. Of an absolute steal of so long as I can keep him out now, prevents him from scoring on his last turn. We've got to put 3 players on the line. I've grouped them together this time. I've got just my dodge guy, the thrower, and a bog standard line rat, no skill points. I've got my blodger further back. He's my most valuable player. I'm looking for a decent kick here, and it's not bad. It's not bad at all. So my players, the opponent's got a lot to do here in respect of getting a one turn with his movement. 7's his highest movement. He gets another injury there. So many skill points off for his players, but he's not got the victory, has he? And then he gets the power on the gutter. I think he goes for a foul again. You know, a bit sour grapes, I think, here from a lot in respect of this. Would I have done it? I might have done, you know. I mean, but you get a lot of turn 8 or 16 fouls, don't you? So, really lucky to just get away with a stun there. He brings the player up, throws it, catches it, I don't know. So there we go. We managed to get to the end of the game with a 2-1 victory. Great result. 2 wins out of 2 for the Ratrick Heroes. We get 5 most valuable player points there and a lineman. And one of the line rats. So, you know, really, all we were doing there really was picking up points there. You see, we've got 5 on Sneaky Peeks, 4 on Ratrick, 1 on Surefart, and 5 on Twinkle Toes. So we have picked up some skill points there. We'll have a look at look at the opponent now. He's got a shitload of points. He's done really well, even though he did end up losing the game. But you know, I was right up against it. I thought, stick with it, and I managed to, with his setup there right at the end, I managed to get through, throw a really good pass. I got the dice rolls I needed. I didn't have the re-rolls, so I did need a bit of luck. No doubt about that. But I didn't get any on the injuries, did I, at all? So, apart from I suppose none of my players were killed, that kind of thing. Anyway, we'll have a look at the rolls here. Pretty, you know, pretty fair there, all the way through. On my opponent, and then I'm not sure too sure why there's so many there. Why there's such a big difference in the actual? Because I mean, maybe that was from my dodges, making so many dodges. I'm not so sure, but I've got a hell of a lot more dice rolls there, haven't I, than my opponent from the match. We'll have a look at the type of dice as well. There you go. 4 powers. I mean, I wasn't throwing any blocks, was I, at all, really? So you can see there, the actual rolls from blocks is a hell of a lot lower than what my opponent will be. So I'm guessing that's what it is. It's all the dodges, that sort of thing. So I did pretty well on that respect, but in respect to block dice, there's absolutely nothing there, is there? We'll have a look at the opponent. There you go. Look at all his block dice. So yeah, he's done really well. I mean, 21 pals, 28 defender stumbles, shitload of pushes, 25 both downs, which isn't so bad with him having the blitzers, and then he had you know, he had a decent amount of skulls as well, but pretty fair all the way through there for his block dice. So it was an even game, you have to say. We'll go back. You can see there from the history, there's my 2 results so far. So really good start for the team. Really chuffed with that. We have him, you know, 5 touchdowns, 2 games. It's the sort of thing, it's the sort of numbers you're looking for, or what I want to be trying to do in the matches. Get as many touchdowns for you guys as I possibly can. I might end up losing games because of it and because I've not stalled, but that's, you know, I'll see how I go anyway, and take each match as it comes, and we'll post them on and talk about it a little bit as I go through as quickly as possible. Don't want to go over too much, just get the games on for you mainly, and then we'll show you the team as well. So there you go, there's me, missing Storm Venom in there, and my second Storm Venom has not picked up any points, but we've got a couple of Lodge guys there. Right 2 is going to be, I'm going to make him into Masaka, I think, as soon as I can get, if I can get a level up on him in the next match, fingers crossed, and get some points on Trickadare. He's not picked up any points yet, so we're going to try and get him up and running as quickly as possible to make him a much more useful player. And then we've got quite a number of line rats there, as you expect. They're not picking up many points, apart from your most valuable player. We'll try and keep them as long as possible, but if we get sort of minus armour or minus strength, minus movement, minus agility, I might keep them in the team for a wee bit longer, so I can afford to replace them and just put them on the line of scrummage. And then there's the thrower. So he's only had one game, got injured, but no, I mean he got he survived, didn't he, just to the end there. Proved pretty critical right till the end of the match. But he's back for the next game. We've got 100k as well, so I've got to decide what I'm going to do there. Whether I'm saving up another 50k for a rat ogre, or maybe get myself another line rat. I might do that, but we'll show you that. I'll make my decision for the next game. We'll see what happens there. So I hope you enjoyed it, guys. I hope you like watching the Skaven, watching Ratrick heroes, and take care, guys. Bye for now.